Hello there. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Spiritual Scientist. I'm Victor. Thanks for checking me out. So, another commute. I haven't done a video in a while, and I don't know. I just haven't been pulled to do them. I did do a few videos, and I just look at them later. I'm like, this is too mind-blowing. I don't think people are ready for this, so I go and I delete them. So I'm gonna do one, and maybe I'll delete this when I look at it later, maybe not. And you're watching it now, so if you're watching it now, I guess it passed my test. Anyway, so there is a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to talk about who we call themselves Caitlyn Jenner. That person is now running for California state governor, and within an interview that I just watched with Hannity, and I urge you to go watch that video after this one. Caitlyn Jenner goes and says that her great-grandfather and grandfather, and were in the wars. And once you see the wars part, you'll know what part I'm talking about. It's about halfway through. And says, I love this country. I am a patriarch. So, you would think that it sounded like a minute that this was going to say that this person was saying patriot. That's not what was said. Patriarch. Like, a patriarch is someone who is like over something else. Like a matriarch is a female role model. A patriarch is a male role model. So as I look at this and think about it, I think that basically the devil put you up there, and that you're saying that you're a role model for men. You're a patriarch. And that's what came out of your lips. Watch the video. I rewound it numerous times. Clearly, it said patriarch. When someone says, I'm a patriarch of the arts, that means like you're a father figure of the arts and you give money towards it. So, Caitlyn Jenner is if for those that don't know, is former Bruce Jenner, Olympian, that has switched genders and now is saying that I am a role model for men, and that's why I'm running for governor. Now, I don't think that Caitlyn Jenner knows exactly it's so hard to talk about what she said. I don't think that she understands that she said, instead of patriot, patriarch. I think that's the way it goes. I think that everybody thinks they're good, but what comes out of their mouths are evil. So that's what's going on. I watched an interview with Bill and Melinda Gates, and Melinda Gates is saying, I don't think there's microchips in vaccines, because if that technology doesn't exist, and if that technology existed, my husband would tell me. That was an interview, and certainly that technology does exist. DARPA has it. like almost 100 times smaller than a grain of rice. They have these microchips, right? Now, very alarmingly, Melinda Gates is divorcing Bill Gates. The question becomes, did she find out something about the vaccines that she can't stay married to Bill Gates? I would assume that that's correct. If you're married to Bill Gates and you're on TV talking about, in television and the media, and you're a proponent of vaccines, and you find something out about these vaccines that's nefarious, what's the first thing that you would do if you're in a powerful position? You would divorce yourself from that situation. Hence the divorce. It seems pretty cut and dry. Am I the only one with common sense that sees these things? Yes, I'm pretty sure. There were some other things within the interview with Caitlyn Jenner that really, stood out. But this was one of the ones that stood out. There were some other things that were alarming. It's just, there's a lot to break down. If I had the video and you were watching it and I could stop it and freeze frame it and play it back, you'll see what I'm talking about. When Caitlyn Jenner says that she's a passionate disruptor, and then she goes back and says, you know what, I was thinking about it the other day, I'm not really a passionate disruptor. What I am is a thought disruptor. A thoughtful disruptor, she says. A thought disruptor. That's what I am. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You're saying that you are actually a disruptor of coherent thought. That's what your position is when you're running for California state governor. And people are so asleep that they are like, oh yeah, you're a thought disruptor. That's a good thing. Okay? And I am not making this up. Go watch the video. Now, Neil deGrasse Tyson, who I have spoken with, who I have met and had 10-minute conversations with before, okay? I know who this person is. This is a Mandela Effect, and I have to bring it up, that he has a video that is playing. Maybe it's going to play in between this video is a commercial, and he does this masterclass. And during the masterclass, he says, in the commercial, he says, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm driving, and I don't have this all memorized, but he says, so please watch it. It's easily found. It says that it's one thing to think you're right. And it's another thing, and here's the Mandela Effect, he says, to have the knowledge, but not all the knowledge, and he says, and know you're right. So that's what he talks about. Now, he says it's one thing to think you're right, and then to have the knowledge, but to know you're wrong. So that, to me, is a mind-blowing Mandela Effect change. So why am I talking about it? It's talking about, to me, that change is about judgment. And to know the information, to have the Bible spread around, that's what it says in the Bible, to have the Bible spread around the earth, okay? And, that information out there, but to continually to do wrong, that's when judgment occurs, because you know what's right, but you're still doing the wrong thing. Isn't that what it is about? If you know the difference between right and wrong, but then you choose to do things that are wrong, then you're going to get judged for it, aren't you? So there isn't a time for judgment if you don't know the right from wrong. There isn't anything. But this is definitely a Mandela Effect. When I was listening to it yesterday, it set off alarm bells with me. When I said, I always heard him say, and it plays continually when I watch YouTube videos, to think you're right, but then to know, now he says, to know you're wrong. I was like, what? And watch that, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Because it just shows that now we're becoming into a time of judgment, and that's what I'm telling you about on my channels, my videos on my channel. And this is super important, I think. I was behind a vehicle the other day, and it said Evergreen, and I said, oh, I should probably do another video, because I did one about Evergreen, and I just thought it was so important about the information I shared about that, and I haven't heard or seen any comments about that video in a while, and I just think that maybe it gets put down in the algorithm and people don't see what I'm talking about. But for people that watch my channel, and I'll say religiously, in a lighthearted sense, I did go for an MRI this Monday, and if you can put 2 and 2 together, you'll look at what I talked about from the last time I got MRI, and that happened, and it's a pretty big deal. And I'm talking in I'm saying things but not saying things. There you go. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, and have a great day. And in fact, if you have an opportunity and you have a little money, if you want to send some to charity, Feeding America is a great charity, and I do recommend, giving some money to charity, because they could use it. All right? Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.